Okay, so we're now recording. So here you're asked to make up a set of 5 numbers that are all different, list them, calculate and record the mean and standard deviation. And then you're asked to choose a number and add it to each member of your set, list a new set, and then calculate and record the new mean and new standard deviation. And then for C, you're asked to repeat step 1B with a different number added or subtract to each member of the original set and explain changes C in the mean and standard deviation. Okay, so let's go with these 5 numbers. I'm just going to totally make up some random numbers. Excuse me. Let's say I got my set here. I got 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50. So I want to get the mean. And standard deviation. And by the way, we're doing the we're going to do the population standard deviation, not the sample one. So you're going to be selecting STDV.P. So we're just going to let the spreadsheet just do it for us. You know, we should. So 2, 5, 10, 20, 50. 2, 5, 10, 20, 50. So let me create a new sheet here. Actually, it's right there, so I don't have to memorize it. 2, 5, 10, 20, 50. Mean, standard deviation. So it's equals average, highlight the cells, and then of course equals STDV.P. Let me get that. So my mean was 17.4, my standard deviation was 17.48. And actually, just make this a little bit more organized. So you see by doing that control cut, it did enable me to change these formulas here. And this is number 1A. And of course, this is our lesson notes. Okay, now for number 1B, you're asked to add a number. So we could add any number we like. So I don't know, let's say we're adding 10 to each of these numbers. So I do B3 plus 10. And I could just drag down. So obviously each is going to add by 10. Now before I calculate the new mean and the new standard deviation, would anyone like to tell me what they think the new mean is going to be? I simply added 10 to each number. The previous mean is 17.4. What do you think the new mean is going to be if I added 10 to each number? Anyone can chime in. It's okay if you're wrong. I'll help you out.
27.
Good. Who said that? Was that you, Aiden?
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why it's 27.4 because just added 10 to each number. So if I just do a drag and it takes the average of C through C7, there you go. Now, let's think about the spread of the data. So yes, the mean went up by 10, but all the other data points went up by 10 too. Is our data more spread out or less spread out, or is it the same spread as before? So basically, there's 3 options. Do we have more spread with our new data set? Do we have less spread? Or is the spread the same as before? What do you guys think?
It should be the same.
Should be the same. Is that you, Will?
Yeah.
Thank you. Should be the same. And so if I do this, it's the same thing as before. Yep. And then going back to the notes are suggesting, well, hold on. Repeat set one will be the different number added subtract to each member. So let's try a different one. Let's actually subtract something. So we'll go back again. And by the way, I should probably, it was homework review. Google form review. Just so it's labeled appropriately. Yeah, let's let's go and subtract maybe 20 from each of these. So I do equals B3 minus 20. So we would expect the mean to go down by 20. See, if you took 17.4 minus 20, you get negative 2.6. But standard deviation will not change again. So we went back to our notes. We did see standard deviation was the same in here. Was negative 2.6. Standard deviation stayed the same. So remember, standard deviation is all about spread. We didn't change the spread at all. All data points changed consistently with each other, so spread stayed the same. Of course, the mean changed, but not the standard deviation. So that's kind of good through exploration there. So now let's take a look at number 2, and then I'll put you guys in breakout rooms for number 3. Use your original set from number 1. Choose number and multiply each member of the set by it. Calculate the new mean and standard deviation, and then do this and multiply it by a different or divide by a different number. So we'll use the same set as we did before. So let's go back to our spreadsheet. So number 2, A. Number 2, B. Let's say we multiply these by 5. So equals B3 times 5. Just drag down. You do Control C. So we see that our mean got multiplied by 5 because I multiplied every data point by 5. So it should be pretty straightforward. Now it does seem as though our data got a little more spread out. So let's see what happens now. So now the standard deviation does change. And so in this case, the standard deviation also got multiplied by 5. Because remember this spread was like from 2 to 5 and 5 to 10. But now, you know, there's more of a gap between the first 2 data points here. Or there's more of a gap between the second and third data points. So you're seeing more of a gap here. By the way, notice how the range was consistently 48, max minus min for the first 3 sets here. But the range changed dramatically. The range was 42 here. Now the range is 240. Oh, sorry, the range is 48. Now it's 240. So the range also went up by 5. So that's kind of important to note. Let's say I divided these numbers by 2. So I'll do equals B3 divided by 2. Scroll down. And again, all of you have access to this. And let me compute these bad boys here. So notice how now this got divided by 2, and this got divided by 2. So we see that standard deviation is altered because now these are not as spread out anymore. They're a little bit tighter, right? You know, before it was 2, 5, 10, 20, 50. Now it's 1, 2.5, 5, 10, 25. So we reduced the variability by dividing. So going back to our notes here, so here we multiplied by 10. Here we divided by 2. So remember that became 80, excuse me, 87. Actually, hold on. Let me double check that one more time. Oh, we multiplied by 5, my bad, not by 10. Sorry about that. Let's go back. We multiplied by 5 here, my apologies. And that was, it's a little annoying with the cursor here. A7, we'll say roughly an 8.7. Yeah, because they were kind of close again anyway. So anyway, that's what happened there. So they do change. So now what you'll do in your breakout rooms, I'll give you guys a few minutes, and I'll stop.